violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution radio show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadek. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all.
What if you could live to be 120 years old and remain active, healthy, alert, and vibrant? Our bodies are made up of cells that are constantly rejuvenating. So if we take proper care of our cells, we can literally defy aging. Join us every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to learn about self-care from Suson Essentials on the Female Solution Blog Talk Radio Show. Learn how to help your body and your cells feel rejuvenated each day through proper nutrition, sleep, frequency medicine, and many unconventional methods of self-care. I'm Jodi Suson. Join me and my amazing guests by calling in at 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. We'll help you achieve a breakthrough in your health today.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is Jodi Suson Calhoun. Hyphenated last name right now because, we got married. I'm a silly girl. So anyway, actually, I'm a happy girl. So I'm really excited to share. Oops, it looks like we got to start the Podbean. There we go. We are now on Podbean Live as well. I am excited to share. We have our guest, Michelle Froedge, today, and she will be here the first Tuesday of every month. And together as a team, we are going to support you with intuitive readings. And we do that by accessing source energy. This is an awesome time for you to learn more about yourself that may not be accessible otherwise until you learn how to do this too, because it's available to all of us. We all have the divine right to connect with God. So with no further ado, let me bring on Michelle. Good morning, sister.
Grand Rising. Happy new moon to you.
Happy new moon to you. And it is Grand Rising. And I always forget to say Grand Rising. I have been doing this for a year. To the date, tomorrow would make 1 year exact.
Woohoo,
And
happy anniversary.
and I still can't seem to get the Grand Rising thing. It's like a brain freeze.
I'll help you. It's okay.
So I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. We had so much fun last month, and I'm just I can't wait to do this every month because it's just exciting to see what we find together.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I'm just going to kind of go back before we bring people on to the show. And if you're listening, and actually, let me get the number on here. So if you want to speak to Michelle or I, you need to call into the number. Take this down: 515-605-9325. And when you press the number 1, you can actually speak to us, and we will excuse me, I have to enter your name, and we'll answer your questions. Now let's say you don't feel like calling it, okay? That is okay too. You can ask your question in the chat on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, because who we are is we can go into your energy field and tap into your guides, and we can do it that way too, because you know what? Yeah. We got a rock star and one who's dressing like a rock star.
I love the glitter, by the way.
It's just for you.
Way to represent the rock star.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to display the phone number here on the screen for those who are watching. Here we go. And so 515-605-9325, press 1 to speak to either one of us.
And don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. What are you going to lose, right?
Yeah.
It's just an easier path.
It is, but I find sometimes, because you and I both do readings for clients, and sometimes don't you find that if it's the first time they've had a reading or they haven't had one in a really long time, they're a little apprehensive because they're like, oh, what am I going to find out? What am I going to hear?
Yeah, I do have that. And, but then there's so much gratitude at the end.
Yeah.
I was helping somebody trying to ascertain why they had pain for the last 3 years. And we traced it back to a place that he ate at 3 years ago.
Oh, goodness.
And I gave him the country that he ate it in. I gave him the time frame. And now he's doing the proper detox, because I explained to him what he needed to use in order to get rid of it in his body and for how long. And so we actually meet again tomorrow. I know that, he's a healer as well. And he was able to muscle test exactly which one of the heavy metals were in his body, because I knew there were heavy metals. Now, I don't necessarily go into the detail of which heavy metals, but he had a general idea. Mm-hmm. So then he was able to take that and move it forward, and still the same regimen, but, within a month he should be paying,
It's so cool what, and you touched on this just a minute ago. It's so cool what we have access to. Like, we have access to all the answers. We are not kept from that knowledge. And it's just amazing when we open ourselves to be, like I say, I open myself up to be a channel for the messages that need to come through for whomever is listening or whomever I'm reading for. And it is without fail, the correct messages come through at the correct time. And it's just so beautiful that, we all kind of have our little specialties. Like you have the medical specialty and the body, the internal, and the health. And it's just so amazing. It just, like, every single time I get messages and give them, I'm amazed. And I always say, oh, I shouldn't be amazed anymore because this happens every time, but I'm still amazed every single time.
Well, right. And so here's the thing, because we're So first of all, thank you for saying that, because you and I met and instantaneously clicked, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't stop talking because, I mean, it was like boom, 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 right? Like,
We had so much to say
girl,
in such little time.
And the thing is, we couldn't stop talking because of the level of authenticity. Are you a Scorpio?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you rock.
I totally rock. Rock star. We have joy and Scorpio.
Joy. Suson means joy, it's Sephardic for joy.
Oh, I love it. Most people would think that these two things don't go together, but they absolutely do.
What, joy and being a Scorpio?
Yeah, because people have such an incorrect, in my opinion, opinion of or idea of what Scorpios are and who they are, because we tend to be a little mysterious. Not that we try, but that's just our nature. So
well, I'm a Libra. However, I think I have 4 houses. I had to channel it. 4 houses in Scorpio. And so, a love for discernment of money, right? Mm-hmm. Authenticity, truth. These are the things that you and I, right? Mm-hmm. We
clicked on immediately. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because we can pick out when people aren't authentic as well.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. And that's what I loved about you. And so I'm actually going to share how we met. So I was invited to an event and for vision boards, and God told me to go there, and I'm like, I'm really not in the mood.
Don't really feel like it.
Yeah, and as an intuitive, and if you follow God, you do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't know why, but you just do.
Mm-hmm, because you're told to.
Yeah.
And so I went there, and I knew when I met you that you were the one I was supposed to meet. And like like God said, you need to go meet someone there. Okay. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood. So
I have so done that so many times, and afterward I'm like, oh yeah, now I know why.
Oh yeah, and this has been going on since 2014 for me, right? I was told, so this is hilarious because I'm not a big needle fan, and I was told to go give blood when I was living in Palatine, Illinois, and I'm at the halfway mark of my reclaiming my health. Mm-hmm. And I go there so that I can meet this chiropractor who can connect me to the head of this one chiropractic association. I had to give blood in order to do it. So just saying.
It's just like us women, the things we do for beauty. Sometimes you got to give blood to meet somebody you're supposed to meet.
Amen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, tell us, while we're waiting for guests, and I'm going to share this show while you're speaking, just to make sure we get people, engaged. Tell us how it came to be that you got and became an intuitive. I mean, how you refined what happened. I'm just going to let you speak, and I'm going to share so we can get everybody
very good
rock and rolling. And if you have any questions, text them in the thread because I'm watching, and or call into the show, and the number is let's see, I have to wait for it to scroll live. 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. All right, go.
So when I was a young child, a lass, if you will, I had an imaginary friend, and I say imaginary friend because it wasn't imaginary to me. We played together. So my brother and my sister are both 10 and 12 years older than I am. So really, when I was young, they were at a different stage in their life, and so I really kind of grew up in a way as an only child for a lot of my youth. And I was actually, believe it or not, most people don't believe this because I am a rock star and I do sing on stage with hundreds and thousands of people watching me. I was so shy that I would cry if someone spoke to me. I was deathly afraid of people. And so I took this imaginary friend and we had grand times together. We played all sorts of things. And my family was actually very supportive of it. I don't think that they really understood that she was real, at least to me, but they played along with it, right? And so that's kind of when it started. But then as I grew older, I didn't have anyone in my life that really understood what was going on. And so I kind of, after I got into school, people don't really take too well to saying, oh yeah, this is my friend, Bologna Martin. And, and they're like,
Right.
Who are you talking to? There is nobody there, So then you quickly find out that it's strange, it's not normal, right? And that you don't fit in if you do those things. So I shied away from that. And so fast forward, and many other things happened, but fast forward about 2 years ago, really, when the beginning of the pandemic hit, we were all kind of isolated. A lot of us, most of us stayed in our homes. We had a lot more time to ourselves to be introspective. And a lot of things had changed in my life. In fact, my entire life had changed. And I really just remembered who I was at that time. And I started getting more and more signs, and I was starting to open up to those signs more and more. And then as I opened up, as it always happens, when I was willing and when I was open to receive, the signs and the teachers and the programs came to me that helped me really develop the gifts that I had always had, but just didn't necessarily know how to tap into them kind of on demand, so to speak.
Right.
And so, so over the past 2 years, I have just developed these gifts, and we all have them. Like you touched on earlier, we all have these gifts. It's just, they are muscles just like anything else. And if we don't use them, we don't, we're not going to be as developed as, the bodybuilder that works out, 7 days a week. We're not going to have those kind of muscles. So it really is just about developing and using those gifts. And I am blown away. And I just said this earlier, how amazed I am, but I'm blown away constantly at how much access we have to the messages that we need. And if we open ourselves up, that's why, and I don't know if it's just me or if this really is kind of being talked about a lot more, but meditating and stillness of mind and mindset, those are things that when we take the time to be quiet, to quiet our minds as best possible, if we have the intention to receive messages, when we ask a question, we will get the answers. Now, it may not always be instantaneous, but after you ask the question, if you are open and your intention is to receive the answers, not the answers you want necessarily.
No, not the answers you want,
but the answers you need, then those signs and synchronicities will start happening and showing up. And those are the ways that you can know that you are being given the right path. You are being given the answers. And if you follow those clues, so to speak, you will come to the answers. And it can be instantaneous. A lot of times I will ask a question, and I'm specifically speaking for myself. I will ask a question for myself, what's the next best step in my business? What's the next program I need to roll out? And, I may be led, go to your Akashic records. Okay. And then I tap into my Akashic records and go look at my business, and wow, right there it is. I see a word, and then that word leads me to something else and something else. And then the downloads come from the divine. And next thing you know, an hour later, I have an entire new program that I didn't have an hour before, simply by asking the question and being willing and open to receiving the answers and the messages.
So, I want to say something. So, first of all, amazing for you to share that. People need to start that practice in life where they're even just asking questions of others, because
Yes.
we're assumption making machines.
Yes.
We just are.
Yes.
Look, if you feel like you're being judged right now, lose it.
You are being judged. And it's okay.
Yeah. No, but we are assumption making machines, because that's how we're trained. That's how we're programmed. And we're programmed not to ask. So until you retrain your brain or reprogram your thinking to ask those questions, you're going to sit there and just continue to do the same things that you've always done. And I'm constantly calling on source energy. And, you teach how to do this too, right? Okay. So we both teach people how to call on source energy, how to access the divine. I'm not sure if you do the same thing that I do in terms of preparing the body. I know that you have done it, but getting rid of all the toxins and getting rid, so that you can open up that pineal gland, decalcify, get rid of the fluoride in your life, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And so it was interesting. My training started 2 years before the pandemic. And then Andrew, my now husband, and I moved into this house of his, and it was haunted. And so that's where the real training came in. Closing the portal. There had been at least
you were thrown into the fire.
Oh yeah, baptism by fire for sure. Grand Rising Zelda, Grand Rising Beata. She says, ready for my reading.
Yay.
Yay. You know what, Zelda? So I'm going to let Michelle do your reading, since I know you so well, but I'll pull up on the tail end. Okay. So I'm going to, let's see. Do you have your hand up on Blog Talk, Zelda? Or do you want to ask your question? How do you want to do this? Because we got your back, Dolly. We got your back. So, and Andrew says that house was a challenging training ground. It really was. So what we learned how to do is I closed off portals in the house. I closed off portals around the house. There was a garden that was protected by rocks that prior to us being there, Andrew and his then wife had pulled all the rocks out. It was protecting the land. So we had to close that all off. And I want to tell you something. It was super interesting. She says, okay. And Zelda says she'll call in. When I put the selenite where it needed to go, there was actually a hole ready in the ground waiting to receive.
That's beautiful.
So I would feel the energy. Okay. Put the selenite either up and down or straight across, depending on what spirit told me. And then when it was supposed to go up and down, there's a hole right there waiting to receive. And this is a big circle, big parcel of land. So Let me see if Zelda's called in yet. Nope, not yet. So, so that was my training ground there on portals, and then clearing the energy. And I should say that the house was built on a mink farm, so lots of killing. And so
Yes.
Andrew and I both became very proficient at clearing negative energy in homes, in people. And it took about 7 of us to clear all the energy in the home, because it was 5,500 square feet. And there was a lot of negativity. So
Well, and probably it was coming up from the earth as well. Yes.
yeah, it was coming
Mhm.
up from the earth, and we used
Mhm.
fluffy, focused light force energy to clear parts of it. But what happened was, when we started using it, focused light force energy, it started getting almost worse before it got better.
Yeah.
So I gave feedback to the company that provides it, that, because they're learning, we're all learning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And because they got rumbled. But we actually use that frequency to clear concentration camps. We use that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. And really, what was that? I mean, it's a killing ground, just like the
Mhm.
concentration camp.
Yeah.
And then we use specific oils to raise the vibration of the home. And then we use a frequency by Tesla, raise the vibration of the home.
Mhm.
And so we just kept on using plants and energy to raise the vibration of the home. So it was, but it was great training. It was great
It's
training.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And what I have learned is, a lot of people, and even, gosh, I'm thinking when I was a child, you're scared of, the monsters under your bed or whatever. But
They were
what
there.
I've learned, yeah, they are there. But what I've learned is, if we have the body, we are the more powerful being. So we don't have to be afraid. And actually, if we are afraid, they feed on that, right? And so we have to understand that we are more powerful. We have the tools that we need. Yes, we may need to go out and find help, because we weren't meant to do this life on our own anyway. And we can learn from everyone around us. And so it is a beautiful thing when we do understand those things, because we really can change, like you did. You changed the land. I mean, how grateful was that land to be free of those energies and
Well,
to
yeah,
flourish?
it was sad when we left. The
I'm
land,
sure.
yeah, you can feel it. And
Yeah.
when Andrew and I moved out here to Georgia, we were called to a specific place in Atlanta, and we kept on getting called to this place, and we didn't want to go at first. And I said, Andrew, let's just go, because there was a house we were going to buy there, and the people didn't want us to look at the house. I'm like, that's really weird. You have it up for sale, and you're not letting people in. So then we just went there to drive around in the neighborhood, and it was a burial ground for Cherokee Indians. And so Andrew and I were called to clear that land. And so that's why we were there, and that's why we were being called. And so
Yes.
if you're being called to do something, listen,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then ask questions about it, because it may not be exactly what you think. You have to clear your body. You have to clear your mind to be an empty vessel.
Mhm.
Okay? An empty vessel to hear the message, so that if they say, we need you to do X, find out what X really looks like, and then start doing some investigation. Don't just take it at face value, because you have a filter. And so you're interpreting that message in a way that has you come to a conclusion that may not really be the case. I'm sure you've made the same mistake too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and the fact that we have free will as human beings. And so, many times in my life, I chose a different way, and looking back after, the situation, or years later, I see, okay, yes, while I did end up with the same I'll say same result. I ended up in the place that I was supposed to be, but I may have, gone about it in a roundabout sort of way. I probably could have taken an easier road if I would have listened the first time. But I have free will, and as a Scorpio, I'm a little stubborn. So, sometimes I like to do things on my own. And then I find out later it would have been so much easier had I listened.
Well, and so God bless, right? So, I mean, it's always easier if we listen the first time.
Yeah, always.
Just saying. So let me see if we have, we got 2 callers. So let me take 312-602. You're coming on first, and then we're bringing on 714-337. All right. And just know it may be a few minutes because you both called in at the same time. We want to make sure we give everyone equal time. So be patient. All right. And I think I know who 312 is. Good. Grand Rising. How are ya?
Grand Rising, beautiful ladies. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you, Miss Zelda?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for asking and for having this wonderful show this morning.
You're welcome. So, you know what? It's 8:31. I just noticed. Let me play a commercial real first, and then we're going to have
Go
you
right
ask
ahead.
your question.
Go right ahead, and I'll go grab me some tea.
All right.
All right.
So let me just do this. I think this is, I'm actually trying to play Zelda's Commercial.
And you just have to find it.
Yeah. And I got it. Here we go.
Do you worry about finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answered yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down-to-earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul, whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. To take advantage of the deal of the day, go to zeldaspeaks.com or call 312-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's zeldaspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit zeldaspeaks.com.
Okay, so we've got a lot of people watching. We've got Vieta, Kathy, Mark, Angelo, Zelda, Vieta, Antoinette, and Jessica. So if you guys are watching and you want questions answered, you can call into the show. We're going to take Zelda's call first, which is 515, but call into 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. And Zelda, go ahead with your question. Are you back from getting tea, Dolly?
Yes, I am here. Thank you so much. And for playing that commercial, too, even though my website crashed, don't ask me why. I'm directing people to higherlearningnetwork.org. And
Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, Mercury retrograde. Mine crashed the other day. I was so grateful that I had a backup. I called GoDaddy. They had it up in 5 minutes.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've got to switch ISP people here.
Yeah, and
there you go. That was worth the price of the call, Zelda.
That just answered my question.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Next. See how easy that is?
Question that has not been answered. Okay. I'm working. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my phone in front of me. I just went and got my house phone. I forgot the lady's name. What's her name?
Michelle.
Michelle. How could I forget that? Michelle is my sister. She's close to me. But this Michelle, thank you, Michelle. So hopefully you can give me an answer. I'm working on a project. And I think I want to make a curriculum out of it. on relationships, but I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm usually always sure. And this one just has me stumped. And I'm not sure how to move forward, or if relationships is the topic that I should be speaking on. And if I make it a joint venture.
Ah, okay. That's where the hesitation is coming in. Let me see.
Hesitation on the joint venture, and if the subject is right.
The subject is right. The joint venture is really where the hesitation is coming in, more than the topic. I hope I'm not over speaking on live radio, but I think the energy that I'm getting is really to examine the person that you are entertaining working with. There may be some motives there that are not 100% in alignment with your motives. And though on the surface, it seems like it's a really good fit and that they would have an audience as well that would support and accept and really kind of, in your mind, help open up a new sphere of influence for you. But what I'm getting is, again, their motivation may not be as pure or as in alignment with yours that as you think in this moment. So I would say pause, take a step back is what I'm getting.
Wait. I'm looking.
What?
Pause.
Okay, there you go. Pause. Yep, pause. Pause, take a step back.
All right.
No, I wrote it down, Zelda, while Michelle was speaking. Wrote down pause.
So we're in alignment. We're not talking about ourselves. Just to ask more questions. We were just talking about this, Zelda. Ask more questions. Ask more questions of spirit, and ask more questions of this person that you are entertaining this idea of working with. And what I'm seeing is it will all filter out. Like I'm actually seeing like sand filtering through rocks, and it will all settle, and the information and the answers will come to the top. Like oil and water, everything will come to the top, and you will see then what the answer is. I'm getting that this may not be the right match for you, but really what Spirit is saying is you need to understand why. Because so often in our humanness, we want or even need to know why before we allow something to be put to rest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it does. Yeah, I get that. And thank you for putting me on pause, because I am definitely on pause. When I don't have the answers that I need, I do nothing on that subject matter. I do absolutely nothing. So I know I'm heading in the right direction. So thank you very
absolutely
much.
Jodi.
Yeah, so I'm going to add to that, Zelda. So let me go back in, because I was in and out of spirit. So what I'm hearing is that this person's inauthentic. Again, I agreed with the pause button. And they're saying you absolutely need to find a new partner. But with this person right now, there's a lesson for you. And you have to explore what that lesson is. What is it that the universe, there's a global lesson for you from the universe about some sort of pattern that you have that you need now to release.
Funny you should say that. That's part of the program. It's the pattern. Wow. Gotcha.
Got it. This person has their own patterns, and so do you. And together, it would not be a very good mix. It would actually, they're saying it would result in chaos, not peace.
Ooh, wow. Alrighty now, that answers my question. I will be on pause until I'm off of pause.
So they're also saying, keep talking to this person because there's a lesson for you. So you're not supposed to cut this person off.
Oh no.
No. Okay. And whatever they're like yelling at me about a lesson.
Ooh.
Yelling, lesson. Okay, got it. Thank you. Is there anything else that you want Zelda to know or hear? Love yourself. Wow.
Yes.
They said love yourself.
Yes.
They said relative relationships, love yourself first. And they said that when you love yourself, you'll be primed. They said they know you love yourself. They said love yourself more, because when you love yourself more, you'll be primed to teach this course.
I can do that. Yes. Thank you. I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that helpful? Work.
I can do that. Thank you so very much. I can do that.
All right.
That's
and I
possible.
love you.
I love you too. Thank you, ladies.
Love
Continue
you,
to show.
You're welcome, Zelda.
Alrighty.
All right. So now we're going to bring
good
on.
Work.
Thank you.
714-337. We want please share your name and your question. Hello. Welcome to Self-Care with Jodi Suson and Michelle Froedge. Today, our RockStar Coach.
Good morning, Jodi and Michelle. My name is Catherine, and I'm in Northeast Georgia.
Hi,
and
Catherine.
I recently moved here. Hello. Good morning.
How are you, Dolly?
And I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there, still doing my work over here. I recently moved back to Georgia after being gone 20 years. I was pulled back here, was unhappy with the place that I had moved to 4 years ago, and I was pulled back to Georgia for what I thought was friendships that I had here in the past, and also because I wanted to garden again. And there were so many roadblocks, as you know, put in my way. And then again, when I got here, so many roadblocks with the house and things I wasn't expecting. And now I'm sort of questioning, why I'm here. I still want to be here, but I am stuck on a direction to move forward. I have physical things that keep me from doing a lot of the things I want to do, but I need to move forward for myself in some way to do some good here, or I'm just at a loss for my direction and my purpose here.
Catherine, thank you for calling in first and asking the question. Immediately when you were speaking before you said about physical, I heard you are here for your health. And then when you asked what your purpose is, I heard share your story. So I don't know what your story is. It feels like you have overcome quite a bit, and that you have a very powerful story to share, and that there is a platform for you where other people can not only learn from you, but be inspired from you. And I'm hearing also partnership. I'm here. So the feeling that I'm getting is start sharing your story, and a partnership opportunity will arise. That could be in a way of sponsorship or a company that, excuse me, that wants to have you represent them or their product because of your story and your overcoming and your health journey. But you were drawn here for reasons, and we actually were just speaking about this earlier. You were drawn back here for reasons to entice you to get here, because I'm hearing you would not have just come if it was a message of, I need to go there for my health. Like that wouldn't have, though we think it might have been, that would not have been a big enough reason for you to pack up and change your location. But you actually came here for your health. So does that make sense and resonate at all with you?
It does, because I already feel mentally more healthy. Even though the things that I had to go through to get here and the things that faced me even when I got here, I do feel that my spirit is higher and my emotional state is better. And I have just been taking one step, you know, in front of the other to keep going and make progress. I was just, you know, questioning in which direction to go, or just keep going on the path I'm going, and things will present themselves.
Is there an opportunity in what you see right now to share your story?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it, Jodi?
Yeah, that is a good question. I'm gonna let Michelle keep going with you because I have things, but I want to wait till you guys are complete, because you and I know each other. So,
right, Michelle, I'm not sure, but I find that something may present itself as things come together and come to light. Some of the issues that have happened along my journey. So I do feel that that is a possibility.
Yeah, I just got literally full body chills on that. You definitely are meant to share your story. You have, and again, I don't know what it is in particular. I'm sure you will share with Jodi, but you have something that can and will inspire others, and you are meant to, I just heard, stay out of the closet. So come out and use your voice. So often we may think, because it's the life that we have lived, we may feel that parts of it or even all of our story may be insignificant. Our story is not insignificant. Your story is very significant. And when you look at what you have overcome, all of the little details, all of the stepping stones that were there to get you to where you are in this moment are significant, and they mean something not only to who you are right now, but to people that are going through those things right now. So each of those stones represents tens of hundreds of people that are in that exact spot right now. And when you share your story, you can not only inspire them, give them hope, and give them almost, I see, a way out. Like they then understand they are not stuck. They can make the change. It is possible. And so then they can move to the next step. And though you might not see how significant each of those little stones are, each one is very significant, especially to the person that is stuck on it or in it right now.
It's very, very interesting, because there are some things that I did go through and I have shared with
people, and I would like to share more, about the journey of taking care of ill parents.
Yes, yes. That is so needed right now. No wonder. Wow. Yeah.
So I'll pipe in if it's okay. If I'll pipe
Please.
in now. So Catherine and I met because of the debacle with my move here to Georgia with New Leaf Living and Storage. And Catherine did something which I thought was beyond tremendous. She called me and texted me. She doesn't even know me. Can I give you shoes? I'm this size. Can I give you shirts or whatever? Can I give you pots and pans? Because she knew we didn't have anything. And here she is showing up as a soul sister. And I wasn't even in a place yet to receive because I was licking my wounds. And so I learned, people who do that are healers. You know that, Michelle. And so, but I wasn't even ready to call her yet because you have to heal yourself before you can extend, even to get, at least for me, I have to go in, take a look at what's going on for me. What are my lessons so that I can go back out and be present with the world. And so she is a healer. And so now I'm going to do the yes and to what you just did, right? So Catherine, the very first thing, and I've told you this before, is self-healing. You need to complete that process. You're here to heal. And the reason you were drawn, I think, to Georgia was because the mountains themselves are healing with the minerals that are in those mountains. I'm hearing that you absolutely need to journal and keep a journal of all those details that you have gone through, are going through now, and will be going through in the future, because God needs you to capture that, because you're going to forget unless you journal it. And then he wants you to keep that journal so that you can write the book or write the story or write the blog, however it shows up for you. He's hearing like a short story right now. And 1 second, please. So the story is you're writing about the healing for your parents, but what that taught you, and the gift of giving. The gift of giving to others, because that's one of your major gifts. You give to others, not only of things, but self. And your message is about helping others to understand that giving is a gift and that there's so much more to receive when we give. And what are you saying? Okay, I got to clear my field again. Give me a minute. Hold on a second. I have an interference. Take your earbuds off if you have them.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, and then
Okay.
let me just do this. So the final message is that you have the gift of healing, but you are here to heal yourself, and you should focus on that right now. And when it's time to start, like the next phase, you will know it intuitively to move forward.
Okay, that's perfect. I am here to heal myself, and I feel that.
Do you want to add anything, Michelle?
Wow, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Michelle, do you want to add anything to that? I feel like maybe there was something you wanted to add.
There was something trying to come through. I just keep going back to health.
I've got some pretty severe pain issues that I go through 24 hours a day, which I feel that holds me back on a lot of things, which also causes me, interference in my daily life where I want to progress. But
do you live near a stream or a creek?
Well, there's a creek right across the street from me.
Yeah. Go stand with bare feet in that stream, in that creek. I'm getting that picture for you where running water is like, I see you barefoot and almost with your intention, because the land can heal, right? With your intention, watch that water and intend for it to wash over you and bring healing to your body.
That's interesting because I am a Pisces and I am always healed by water and being with water and being in water and around water. I've always lived by the beach. And now I'm away from the water.
It's right across the street.
Yes, you're really not away from it. It's a mindset. You're right there, Dolly. It's just in a different form.
Right. You're right. Absolutely. And I will find more water around me.
You will. But that's what I definitely see that for you. So it's interesting that it's right across the street. Just walk over there. I think we've got, I'm not sure where exactly you are, but I think we have some warmer weather during the day. So I'm seeing maybe, later afternoon around 3 to 4 o'clock, going over there and rolling up your pants legs and just letting the water flow and really setting your intention for healing.
Perfect. I will follow that advice.
Wonderful. We hope that you let us know how that works for you.
I will. I love the show. You guys are incredible.
Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. We love you. And
thank you. Love you too.
Met you. So grateful to have met you. Really. You
are me too.
You are a gift.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I do appreciate it, Jodi. All right, ladies, take care. Have a blessed day.
You too.
You too.
So we're gonna go to commercial, and we are, taking more calls, and so if you want to call into the show and have a question for Michelle or myself, call into 515-605-9325. I'll leave it displayed here for the moment, but I'll put it back up on the screen, but it's also scrolling. So, Michelle, if you need a biological break, now's the time.
Well, I didn't, but now that you say that, it's probably going to put it in my head.
All right, so let me put this
The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Care with Jodi Suson. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naima Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution.
So we're back here with Self-Care, Jodi Suson, Michelle Froedge, the RockStar Coach. And we're going to do one more commercial. But while we're at commercial, I want you to think about calling in and dial into area code, 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. We're doing intuitive reading. So we're accessing source energy to help guide you on your path. And I also want to say this is like a new moon. And it's an opportunity to manifest whatever it is that you want. Get some clear direction on that. And because I know that both Michelle and I are master manifestors. I mean, I make a list at the beginning of the week, every single week, of what I want to manifest. I got done with the vision boards because they took too much time. I just started writing them down, putting them and manifesting, going to the next week. So, like one and done. So let me do another quick commercial, and I want you to call in and let us know what you want to know so we can support you. All right.
Hi, I'm Jodi Suson with Suson Essentials. I started Suson Essentials in 2015 because of a personal health journey. I was over-medicated and put on 19 different medications. And yes, I reversed all my chronic diseases using plant and energy-based healing. It was amazing. At Suson Essentials, we support both consumers and businesses, and we do that with helping your employees or yourself with a food as medicine mindset. How Suson Essentials supports businesses and consumers is we teach people about a food as medicine mindset. So we support people on how to support their own immune system, how to support their brain health, how to support their emotional well-being. And we do that all with plant and an energy-based healing.
All right. So I ran that last commercial, and I want to explain why I think it's so important relative to what Michelle and I do. In Corinthians, I think it's a 13.9. So in the Bible.
The love chapter.
It talks about your body and is your temple. And so, yeah, we are woo-woo, right? People, technical term for people like us when people don't understand what we do. Woo-woo. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Here's what's not woo-woo. The science of food as medicine. Mm-hmm. And when you clear your body of toxins and your environment of toxins, all those household cleaners that are made with synthetics that you're breathing in, that light your brain on fire so much that you can't sleep at night. When you're in that space, you need to call me. I'll show you how to reclaim your health. And then you can call Michelle or me to learn how to access source energy, okay? Because when your vessel is clear, it's ready to receive God's word. And it's just that simple. So let me see if we have callers. So I think this is still Zelda. Her hand may still be up. And if she has another question, I'm happy to we'd love to hear. 312-602. So Zelda, I'm going to bring you on again. I think you might have another question. So Zelda. Do you have another question, Miss Zelda? Maybe not. Okay, so we'll turn that off. So let me check the chat. And actually, while we're waiting for, for another caller to get a reading, Michelle, would you share your self-care challenge?
Yes. So I thought this was very interesting. Actually, Zelda, Jodi, told Zelda from Spirit to love herself more. And then when we were talking with Catherine, it's really about taking care of yourself and what you do and what you teach people to do with the health of their bodies and what they put in their bodies. And I'm actually today on your show, I am announcing this. So this has not been talked about yet. So all of your viewers and listeners get to hear first. I am launching a self-care challenge on February 14th because it really is about loving ourselves first. And you even were talking about this, Jodi. When we love ourselves first, when we give to ourselves and take care of ourselves, that really does fill us up and it allows us to give more to others. But if we're empty, we have nothing to give. How many of you listeners, and Jodi, include ourselves in this, how many times do we wake up or have we woken up in the past exhausted? We have nothing left to give. We have no energy. And then when we're in that state, it's so much easier to pick up that cookie or eat the junk food or even put things in our mind, watching or listening to things that are not uplifting, that are negative in energy, that just bring us down even more. And that just puts us into a spiral. But when we can step out of that, kind of snap out of it and allow ourselves to look in the mirror and say, I love you. I am going to take care of you because you are important. You are a vessel. Just what you were saying. Our bodies are the vessel. And when we take care of ourselves first, we then can move to take care of all of those others around us that we want to take care of. And so my self-care challenge, you can access it on my website. There's actually a page on my website, a tab that says self-care challenge. Just go there. It will explain everything. But I have this beautiful card deck, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. And every 2 days, I will intuitively choose a card. And as a group, we will do that self-care challenge item activity together. We will have, I will be speaking on things, motivating the group, and as an extra incentive to take care of yourself, for every 10 people that join the challenge, I will give away one free 30-minute reading. So if we have 20 people, I will give away 2 readings, 30 people, 3 readings, and so on. So just go to my website on that page, check it out. And we start on the 14th of February.
And what's your website again?
It is www, or we don't have to even put that anymore. I know that's dating myself. It's RockStarCoach.org.
.org. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. RockStar. Okay.
Coach.org, and then the tab
self-care
at the
challenge.
Top is self-care challenge. Yes.
Let me show everybody who. And what is this in the self-care challenge? Are you going over food and things like that, or not so much?
We will touch on whatever. So I will draw the cards intuitively, and we will have So a total of 7. So every other day we'll have 2 days to complete the challenge. If the card comes up that, it's make yourself a nutritious meal, then we will talk about food. But I won't know until we pull the card. So it's really going to be led intuitively. And so we will talk about things like what we put in our body, not necessarily specifically, but those people that do follow me on Facebook, I am going to be starting to do interviews with people like yourself, Jodi, where we will talk about things that we do put in our bodies, or taking care of ourselves in different ways. So there will be opportunities for followers to learn about specifics. What are the good things to eat? Because so many times what I have found, I'm a vegetarian. And so you would think that anything that I would consume would be good for me because it's vegetables.
No.
Not necessarily true. So we will be talking about those types of things in the interview series that I'm going to start probably in the next month.
Well, and here's the thing, and here's the website. And if you look to the far right, where Michelle's picture is, not in the pink area, but the top right of her picture, it says Self-Care Challenge. So you go there, okay, and you click on that. And 15 Days to Loving Yourself More begins February 14th. And you can sign up, which I will sign up.
Yay!
And so self-care is so critical. And I'm just going to stop. Self-care is so critical. That's why the name of the show is Self-Cell Care, because it's about self-love and it's about cellular health. And cellular health works with this cool device, the bot. Let me get untangled. So the cells, our body's cells, can be nurtured and nourished using food as medicine and frequency as medicine. And these are frequencies that come out of here that does a reset on the neural network of the brain, setting it back to baseline. So if you have self-limiting beliefs, you can actually reset those self-limiting beliefs. And I show you how with this bot. And you're using sound frequency. You put it, on your ears. But let's say you don't feel like, maybe you're having a conversation and it's a tough conversation. You can put it just at your neck. Because frequency is frequency. It comes through as a vibration. It comes through as sound. And so if you have to hear the other person and you need to get the job done, well, you can talk to them and have this running at the same time on your neck, or you can have it on your thigh. So when I first got my device, I've been using it since 2014, but bought one for myself in 2017. I used to be on sales calls and I would wear the headset at my thigh because I get the vibration. And so whatever self-limiting belief I had in the midst of a sales call, that got erased. Went bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really spectacular. And so maybe Michelle, you and I can talk offline how we might be able to collaborate together on that. And then the other thing, I'm actually doing a campaign right now. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, 1 or 3, is it 2 or 3? I can't remember. I think it's 2 people each month. So
yeah, I saw that. 2 people. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 people each month will receive an intuitive reading. We cannot have you win more than once, but once you subscribe, you're always entered in to the contest.
So awesome.
Yeah. And so that's an easy thing. And you subscribe and you hit that bell to get notifications. And then I just want to say we've got some people listening. We've got Danny Ramsey. If you want to call in, if you have questions, he's on LinkedIn. Please feel free to call 515-605-9842. 9325 and press 1 to speak. We also have Kevin and John and Wendy DeLon and Jessica Petty Smith, Antoinette. If you guys have questions, Kathy, Rusty, if you guys are, you have questions, you can also put the question in the chat. If you want to put the question in the chat and you don't want to call in, you can put your question in the chat. We'll see it and we'll answer your question. Andrew had a question, not necessarily. He goes, other than meditation, what are some things we can do every day to get closer to God's Spirit? I hear you are now discussing some of this now. Before we answer that question, and I didn't want to, because he asked it about 10 minutes ago, I want to say this. Every morning, Andrew and I wake up and we do a form of meditation every single morning. Every single morning. We get on our, okay, so there are some mornings we miss. Okay, not every single. Spirit's like, Jodi.
Yeah. We're not 100% perfect.
No, we're not. We certainly are trying, and I manifest it that way. So, so we have a PEMF device, and we are on that for at least 8 minutes, sometimes 20. We use it in conjunction with the baud that I just showed you, 532 hertz music or 428. Mm-hmm. And we're grounding ourselves in the morning so that we can be present with God. And then coupled with the fact I make this huge master smoothie with every flippin' nutrient on the planet. And it's usually different every day. This morning's was not as good. But we drank it anyway because we know it's not what we need. And then I want to talk about one other thing, and then I'll let you answer Andrew's question. Andrew and I were exposed to a lot of dust and crap because of the move. People were smoking. And so, for me, I got swollen glands. Andrew had puffy eyes in the morning. I had puffy eyes yesterday morning. And I'm like, I can barely move. So we took our Tahitian noni berry, right? We did our smoothie. We took some iodine. We upped our minerals. And within less than, it was 35 minutes later, we both had tons of flippin' energy. And the other thing I'm going to say is we put coconut oil, don't laugh, coconut oil up our nose. Why? We couldn't breathe. And the coconut oil is antimicrobial, and our nose, the nasal passage was dry. So you moisten it up so you can breathe. Plus it's antimicrobial, so it's killing off whatever needs to not be there. And all of a sudden we can breathe. We're getting oxygen to our brain. It's something simple. A coconut oil is not expensive. Mm-hmm. And, if you don't mind sticking your finger up your nose for a second, there's been worse places. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Michelle, how about I let you answer Andrew's question?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind other than meditation, because that really is my go-to, though I will say when the weather is warmer, because I'm an Arizona girl, so when it gets below 70, I'm like putting a sweater on and stuff. But really getting out in nature is fantastic. I see all of these, and I'm just thinking of this now, the trend, especially in big cities, is and was years ago to start building these high-rise condominium and apartment buildings to house as many people, one on top of the other, as possible, right? And while it has its purpose, what also that does is it does not invite humans to get outside and get fresh air and put their feet on the earth And one thing I love more than anything is to be outside, getting sunshine, taking a walk, taking your shoes off and, walking in the grass, walking in the dirt, getting your hands in the dirt. When we were talking at the beginning of the show, the land has an energy. Land and the earth, Mother Earth is, I could go on and on about Mother Earth, but the crystalline grid of Gaia, of Gaia. I don't know.
Like,
I think I was
okay. Tell me more.
I was like, wow, that's a new one. I was mixing some things up. I think I was trying to read and speak at the same time, and that just does not work. The crystalline grid of Gaia is so nourishing, and it helps cleanse our toxins, our negativity, and also when we invite it up into our body, into our cells, into our energy field, it can heal, energize, cleanse. And it really is, when we think about standing on the ground with bare feet, and we think about the energy from the earth coming up through us, if you imagine, then you can imagine then a straight line, like a pillar of light is how I imagine it, up to source, creator, the divine. And it's just connecting us all together. And when you think of it that way, the earth supports us. And we talk about grounding, a lot of, like Jodi said earlier, we're called woo-woo, right? But I think a lot of times we can actually embody that woo-woo if we're not grounded. We're, kind of out of our body. We're floating, flitting all around. We're always talking about, mindset and all these energies and things like that. But when we truly can ground ourselves, and part of that is grounding ourselves to the earth and the energies of the earth that it provides us, then we are more stable, safe, and secure in our own body. And when those other energies come at us, whether they be negative or positive, if they are not our energies, we want to keep them at a safe distance, because we want only our own energies in our energy field. We can see and recognize and even entertain other energies, but we want to make sure that they are not penetrating our energy field. And so by staying grounded and being grounded, which one of the beautiful ways is to get out in the earth, it does connect us to source, and it does allow us to be stable and strong and not be floating all around and as woo-woo, as a lot of people may see us if we're not grounded. So I hope that makes sense. That's really my second favorite way besides meditating. But, you can be we are all connected to spirit and source at all times. Whether or not we open ourselves up to it is a different story, but we are all connected. And the beautiful thing is that whenever we decide, whenever we choose to be open and invite spirit or creator in, the answers are there. We are connected at all times. So literally you can be driving, and that's probably when I need to be connected the most because I have a little bit of road rage. I'm real woo-woo until I get behind the wheel. Yeah, I need to definitely have that on when I'm driving.
Well, Andrew used it to reverse his PTSD from his car accident when he was 18.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually does work. And
yeah, frequencies are no joke. I mean, that's, I listen to, we have a frequency sound, what am I trying to say? Soundtrack kind of thing playing all night long. Because we totally understand that. And we get so many negative frequencies thrown at us just by, being out in the environment. So we have to counteract those. Pardon?
Let's talk about that for a minute, because
go for it.
Andrew and I together are strong healers. And ever since we were brought together, the dark force has come, to intervene, if you will.
Sure.
And try to intervene. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Throwing things at you.
Oh yeah, every little last thing.
Yeah.
Right. And so Andrew and I've learned to do a lot of what you said. We go for walks in the forest, probably 2 to 3 times a week. If we get into a small fight, he goes for a walk or I go for a walk. We go back into our grounding mode, or the breathing if it's too flipping cold outside, because I'm with you. And I didn't know you were in Arizona. I did too. And so we have had to really unite, be a united front, so that the dark forces can't intervene with what we're trying to do, which is help people heal. Mm-hmm. And if we are able to help people heal, well, that makes his job easier if we're not around, right? Yes. And so the veils are very thin right now between the two worlds. And so there's 2 things. One, I want to say, if you're feeling icky, that's my technical term for it. If you're feeling icky or ickier than normal, know to something good. Otherwise, they wouldn't be after you. Mm-hmm. So keep trugging along.
And again, that's why it's so important to do the things that you teach, taking care of ourselves, because, the forces and the forces will come at you in any way that they can to stop you. And it's nothing to be afraid of. Like I said earlier, you just have to be aware and be strong and take care of yourself. So doing things like you teach, what you put in your body, not only nutritionally, but frequency wise as well.
Well, right. And so here's the thing. Andrew and I connected with somebody yesterday. So, we're getting rid of some stuff that we from our old home.
Yeah.
And so, you you connect with people from all walks of life. Mm-hmm. And we had 2 really toxic people come into our energy field. But as I mentioned, in the morning, because we woke up feeling icky, we flooded our body with nutrition. We did Beamer, we did BOD, we brought in the frequencies. And so when we got exposed to those toxic people, they were a blip on a screen.
Yes.
They were a hiccup. Yes. They were a non-event. And so if you want to have greater mental stability, right, where you don't, here's the example I use. Do you want to be the dog or do you want to be the tail of the dog? The tail of the dog is wagging like this and has no control, and it's run by the dog. So if you want to be the tail, your nutrients, forget your grounding, and forget all those self-care things. Be the tail. Ooh, okay. So, or if you want to be the dog, which spelled backwards is God, so operating with the divine. Okay, so if you want to be the dog, operate with the divine. Fill your body with nutrients, ground, meditate, go for that walk, connect with nature, love on yourself. Like, I cannot impress that enough. Love on you, and love yourself despite your flaws, because your flaws will make you funny.
You're perfect just the way you are. You really are.
Yeah. I mean, the flaws are the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Really, I can just say that. I mean, and I actually don't want to say what I'm talking about because it's probably TMI for first thing in the morning. But I'm just going to say that there are some funny things that Andrew does or that I do that we really don't want to share, but they're flipping funny. And they are kind of little bit of a flaw, but they're funny. And so when you start laughing at yourself and find out how funny it really is, it takes the anxiety and the stress away. And you're like, it's funny. But that's what makes you human.
Right.
Those little things that someone else got mad at you for.
Yes.
Laugh at it. It's funny.
Laughter goes a long way, and that's actually very healing as well. You know, that frequency of laughter.
Frequency of joy, frequency of love. It's the highest frequency you can get. So let's see if we have any callers. We don't have any callers. I'm really surprised. I mean, we have listeners, but nobody asking a question. So we do have listeners. If you want to press 1 and have a question answered, I see your numbers there. So raise your hand. We want to answer your questions. We're here to serve you. And
they can type it in too, yes, if they are not at a place where they can be online.
Yeah, type it into the thread, wherever you are, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, you know, like that.
Maybe at work and not able to talk.
It could be at work.
I have this feeling that somebody is listening at work and they they're not getting their work done.
That's what I keep on saying. I'm like, do it. And by the way, if you're at work, go for a potty break, go into the bathroom, go into the stall, put on your headset and ask the flipping question.
So go outside and take a walk and take your phone with you.
Don't have to go for the bathroom break or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Get your listening, because I can feel you. I don't know who you are, but I can feel your energy coming through. And it's something, there's a heart issue going on.
I was just going to tell you, I'm feeling it right here. Yes, here.
So I can feel that who I don't know who you are, but I can feel I can feel you. You have a burning question. It's okay to ask. Make it happen, Dolly. Make it happen. So we're at 9:32. I'm going to run a couple quick commercials. Whoever you are, get the gumption to call. So
we know you're there. We can feel you.
I am going to run a commercial on Quick. So it's called Quick, KWIK. It's a new e-commerce platform that is going to displace Amazon because they're going to pay you. So when you buy something like a pair of shoes and someone says, oh my God, I love your shoes. Where'd you get those? I want those. And you go, oh, I got it on this site, right? Which is going to be every name brand on the planet on this site because they've already got it running. It's in beta test and they've got everybody lined up to onboard as soon as the beta test is over. So your friend goes, oh my God, I love your shoes or I love your sweater. You send them the link to where you bought those shoes. And now you get paid for referring. That's
pretty good.
Yeah. There's no membership fee and there's no commitments. It's not an MLM. It's already been determined by a set of different like legal, board or entities. This is not an MLM. This is an e-commerce purchasing site where you can just make money by sharing what you love. So listen to this. If you want to learn more information, you can email me and I'll put up that information.
Welcome to QuickClick, where customers can buy, share, and earn. Meet Sam. Sam owns an e-commerce business that sells athletic shoes and running gear. Sam wants to increase her sales without increasing marketing spend. So she decides to list her products on QuickClick. On QuickClick, her loyal customers can get paid for sharing her products with their friends. Sam uploads her products to the marketplace, just like she would on Amazon or Shopify. Meet Laura. Laura is in the market for a new pair of shoes and comes across Sam's brand on the QuickClick marketplace. Laura is able to purchase the shoes and check out like she would on any other e-commerce site. After purchasing, Laura receives a unique Quick link that she can share with friends to begin earning Quick Cash. Her friend Jessica opens Laura's Quick link on her phone and purchases the pair of shoes. Because Jessica purchases using Laura's Quick link, Laura receives Quick Cash in her account. After purchasing, Jessica can now share her own Quick link and begin earning Quick Cash as well. But QuickClick is more than just your typical referral or affiliate platform. QuickClick rewards customers for sales they directly and indirectly influence. So, for every sale Jessica's new QuickLink makes, Laura will earn additional quick cash as well, making the potential for earning exponential. Laura and Jessica can transfer their quick cash balance to their bank account at any time, or can even use quick cash to make additional purchases in the app. Meanwhile, Sam can just watch as the sales roll in. Best of all, she doesn't have to worry about costs, since she is only spending marketing dollars when actual purchases are made. Start buying, sharing, and earning today at quickclick.com.
All right, we are back. So if you want to schedule a 30-minute quick e-commerce consult, you can email me at jodi@susonessentials.com. 847-738-0242 is the number to call. And how do people get in touch with you, Michelle?
So many ways.
Yeah, text me in the comments or in the private chat, and then you can share it, and then verbally, of course, right? And then I'll share it so that people can copy and paste.
Great. Yeah, I will type it in just a minute. So my website, again, is rockstarcoach.org. My email is myrockstarcoach@gmail.com. Facebook, I am the RockStar Coach, so it's at the RockStar Coach. And also phone number to call or text 770-376-0621. So all of those ways are perfect to reach me. And I will put that in the chat so you'll have that, Jodi.
Thank you. And we have a caller, 773-366. I am so grateful you put your hand up. Well, I'm going to add you, and you can ask your question of Michelle or I, or both, actually. We'll both answer. Hello, you're Grand Rising.
Naima.
Hi, Naima. How are you? Oh, I knew it was you. I felt your energy. Okay, got it. Now it's clear.
Okay, well, I love the way you all were able to answer Zelda's question. So I'm going to ask one also that has to do with business expansion with a partner. And we've had a multifaceted business relationship over time. I thought perhaps we would be parting and going separate ways with separate interests, but now there are some opportunities to perhaps enter into some even more lucrative ventures. I am one who is very loyal to those who I work with, but I'm feeling like I may need to address some concerns that I have before moving forward, because I would want to feel that we are both at the same level of loyalty, and perhaps we may need to address some things regarding misunderstandings, or maybe even errors in judgment that caused pain, so that those things don't become reoccurring issues. And so I'm asking what your feeling is about expansion into other areas that may bring us the success we're seeking. Are there things I should be concerned with and address so that I can get clarity as to the best direction to go in?
Yes, thank you. So I am seeing actually silver That came to me immediately. And what I'm feeling around that is there is some financial success that can come from this. And I'm also getting, on the other side of that, I'm also getting that, and this may be what you're feeling, is that this other person may, they're kind of looking at it as a get rich quick thing. Kind of get in, do the thing, make some money, and kind of go on their way. And I say that I saw silver because I didn't see gold. What that tells me is, yes, there is some financial gain and some success that you can have from this, and it's not a reason to stay away from it. However, deciding, do you want to put your energy into this for silver, or do you want to leave your energy open for gold? And there's nothing wrong with silver. And there's not a wrong decision here, except what is in your heart and within your soul, what feels right and aligned. I would say, in order to get to that answer, you do need to have an open conversation. I'm feeling use your voice. I'm feeling sit down in a neutral place where both of you can feel comfortable. And I'm feeling like you might have to pump yourself up because there are some things that you are concerned about and that you want to say and really need to say that for you is making, like, my stomach is churning right now, like little butterflies. Like, it makes you nervous to have this, even the thought of this conversation is making you nervous. However, this is actually very good, I want to say, practice. And these are the words that I'm getting. So don't shoot the messenger. This is very good practice for you in business to have these difficult conversations. And what I just also got was a shield where you can separate yourself, because so often what I'm feeling from you is that you can take things personally, and that you feel like you don't want to project that on someone else. You don't want someone else to take it personally, but there are things that need to be said. There are things that need to be brought out in the open. And you need to find out if you are on the same page or not. And in this conversation, you can have this shield or screen up where you are saying what needs to be said. You are not saying it in a way that anyone else will take it personally. And what you receive back, you can actually be protected from taking what they have to say personally as well. But all of these answers that you are seeking will come out of this conversation. And I actually am seeing, if it is received well, then I feel like the silver is where your soul will take you. If the conversation is not received well, I feel like it will be a parting of ways, and you will leave yourself open for gold. And I want to say this too, when we talk about the choices that we have, when we ask for guidance around these choices, it's very important to remember that we as humans have the final say. We get to choose. So Spirit is not telling me, oh, it's this way or it's this way. It's, you have these two choices. You can have silver or you can have gold. Which do you want right now? Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Jodi?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I want to, there's a yes and. And if my husband's listening, if you could bring in the girls, that would be good, because Fagla wants to pipe in as well as Tinkerbell. on this.
Mm.
So let me go back in because I was listening and then channeling and listening. So I'm going to go back into channel mode. And let me just do this. So I'm just going to speak what they're saying. You're pretending to be something that you're not around this man. Is it a man, Naima?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? My sound bleeped out just a second.
Is there a man? Is this a man we're speaking about? Because they're saying that you're pretending to be something that you're not around this man.
Oh, pretending to be something I'm not. That's interesting.
So that you're saying, what they're saying is you put on this, they're showing me a happy face. You put on this happy face and you're not necessarily happy with what's happening. And so because of that inauthenticity, he's actually in the dark and he doesn't really get what's going on.
Okay.
And they're saying that if you're not comfortable telling him what's going on in that moment, or it's not the appropriate time in that moment, the practice for you, the practice is to continually, not like a one-time thing, provide the feedback so he can serve you in the way that you need to be served. That's where the gold is. And so you're not asking for what you want or what you need, is what they're saying.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
By the way, he loves you. At a soul level, very deep, deep soul level. So what they're saying is he loves you so intensely much that if you ask for what you want, he'll give it to you. He wants to serve you. He needs to be shown how. He needs to be shown how. You need to teach him. This is training. You need to train him how to serve you. And this is not a bad thing. We all need to be trained how to serve our partners because we don't know. We're all unique. So it's not like a bad. And if you want to change the word from train to something else, teach, whatever, change the word so it's not triggering. I hear it's triggering for somebody out there. Don't worry about the word. Consider the outcome. The outcome is you're teaching someone what you need in order for you to flourish with them. And that is a gift.
Oh, makes a whole lot of sense.
And I keep on hearing the word love. There's so much love between you that if you focus when you are teaching, training, sharing with this man or woman, it's a man I'm hearing.
That's what I got too.
Yeah, if you keep on sharing with him and sharing from heart, which I know from you from a personal standpoint, you're very heart-centered, so that should be easy for you. That nothing but good and gold will come out of it. The gold, as Michelle was saying, the gold is when you start from heart. Hi, girlfriend. Thank you, honey. I think Tinker wants to be here, but she can't come out. I get it.
She wasn't excited right
now. Okay, no worries. So say hi, Fagala.
Hi, Fagala.
Hi, Fagala. Hi, Fagala.
Fagala says to you, Naima, open your heart to receive. Open your heart to receive all the goodness and all the gold that's supposed to come your way. The silver is the lower level when you don't open your heart. Thank you. The lesson, beauty, is about receiving. You've been the giver all your life. Time for you to receive. Time for you to receive. And here's Tinker. Hi, Tinker.
Here, other side.
Oh, other side. Sorry. Hi, beauty. Oh, sweet, gentle girl.
Wow. Whew, quite profound.
Yeah, so the gold, they're saying go for the gold. Go for the gold. Go for the gold. Go for the gold. Go for the gold.
Well, I'm glad I'm glad I got the courage up to press one.
Me too, because here's Tinkerbell is saying that she was afraid to receive for years when she got into my household because she had been abused in the previous households. And she said that when she started learning how to receive from mommy and from daddy, and then what she was able to do is receive from the universe. And then she's saying now that because she was able to receive from the universe, now she's able to give back to mommy and daddy in ways that they never even imagined. And that is true, my dear. I love you. Yeah, she's been helping us big time. Like, it's tremendous. I think Tinkerbell's actually the older soul, not Bagala.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm busy kissing the birds.
You kiss on. Definitely the part about receiving, Naima, it was that difficult conversation that you're nervous to have. It is because that you are not comfortable receiving. And so you're also not comfortable voicing your needs. And that's where that's where that all came from for me. And then Jodi followed that up beautifully with that feeling. So that's the nervous part, but really you can release that just by understanding that this person actually does want to give to you. So you just have to be open to receive. That's what I got following up on that.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you all very, very much.
You are so very welcome.
Okay, we have another caller, 773-366. Oh, no, that's you. 312-602. I'm not sure if I think that's still Zelda. There's another woman who just posted. Her name is Donna. And Donna asked for a reading. We are happy to give a reading, Donna. So 2 options. You can post your question here in the thread she's on YouTube, or Donna, you can call in at 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. We'll give it a minute. And thank you, Naima.
And thank you very much.
We love you.
We love you too. I love you both. Thank you for everything and all your assistance there as well. Thank you.
So welcome.
You're welcome. And the first Tuesday, you guys, of every month, Michelle and I will be doing these complimentary free intuitive readings. So Donna wants to know any messages from Spirit, please. Thanks. So I don't know, Donna. Do you know Donna Marie?
I do not.
Okay, so let's both go in and let's see what we've done. I'm hearing heartbreak. Heartbreak. Are you hearing heartbreak, Michelle?
I was hearing take the chance. Oh, she's she could be concerned about heartbreak. And it's really about, we have to open ourselves up sometimes to receive the gift. We have to take the risk. because if we stay where we are, we don't go anywhere. We don't get anything more than what we already have if we don't take the chance, if we don't take the step forward. Jodi, just pipe in with whatever you're getting. We can.
Yeah, I'm piping into her right now. So I'm getting the similar thing that, Donna, there's someone you really love, and I sense that you don't feel lovable, and that's stopping you because you have a belief system. Excuse me, hold on. You have a belief system that you cannot be loved.
Based on something that happened in your past.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you that's very common. Most people, a lot of people feel that way. And so it stops them. We keep people at a distance and we push people away with our actions and our traits and our behaviors to manifest the belief system of not being lovable. And so what they're saying is there's an opportunity for you to change your mindset about how lovable you are. Actually, I would suggest you go to Michelle's group that starts on the 14th about self-love, right? And self-care.
And I just heard self-sabotage. It seems to me that you have unknowingly, because we don't do this on purpose necessarily, sabotaged opportunities and relationships in the past because of this limiting belief. And it is, I'm getting that you have not even been aware of this. It's like we just blew open the doors. We just removed the veil from your eyes and you're going, oh. And this is not an opportunity for you to punish yourself or to.
Oh, no, it's an opportunity to reclaim the love that you are. Not deserve. The love that you are is what they said. I wanted to go into the word deserve. It's not about that. It's an opportunity for you to reclaim the love that you are presently, who you are.
Yeah.
They said, look in the mirror. They said, look in the mirror, and every single day, look in the mirror and find the things that you love about yourself, whether it's the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, the intellectual, whatever it is. They want you to start looking in the mirror every single day and journal all the things that you love about yourself until you get your greatness. That's your homework assignment from Spirit.
Your past does not define you.
Oh, not even. Spot on, Michelle. So going back to the beginning of the show, this is a new moon. You can manifest whatever you want. And Spirit's saying, the world is your oyster, darling. You can have it all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Good girl.
This is a time for a new you. I just heard new moon, new you.
What else do we need to tell? What else do we need to tell Donna Marie Higney?
90 seconds.
Okay, Fagla, what are you trying to say? Wow, that was tough. Okay, I think this is a little harsh, but she wants you to hear it. Donna, she says, stop playing games. You must know what that means. She says, stop playing games.
That goes into the self-sabotage.
Uh-huh. She says, you know what you're doing. Stop doing
60 seconds.
And start from heart. She goes, if you can come from heart. Ask yourself before you speak if what you're saying is coming from your heart. If it's not coming from your heart, zip your mouth, don't say it. Anything else, Michelle?
No.
Shagala, anything? No. Tinkerbell? Okay. Everybody's complete. We hope that we helped you, Donna.
Yes, please let us know.
Yeah. All right. So the next show, let me look at the date on that. Let me just look here. The next show is going to be March 1st.
Yes, March 1st.
So March 1st. So we have a show every Tuesday, but the next show with Michelle, where we offer these free intuitive readings, will be March 1st. And Donna, if you want more information from Michelle, if you want to get a reading from Michelle, you can call at that number on the screen. I know you're on YouTube, so you can read that, 770-376-0621. Go to her Facebook page or go to rockstarcoach.org. You can also reach out to me and, whoever you can do both, I sense that you need to clear the toxins in your body so that you can explore this. So maybe looking at, okay, hold on a second. They're saying you need to look at clearing the toxins in your body so you can be more aware of what's going on. So when you have toxins in your body, it creates interferences, so you can't be present to what's really happening. Pineal gland is calcified. Your pineal gland is calcified. And so you're not getting messages that you need to get. You can't use your intuitiveness, and your guides need to be changed out, your spirit guides. All right. So, all right. Michelle, it's been a complete pleasure to have you here. Love to talk with you offline so that we can talk about collaborating. So I will end this show, and if you can stay for a minute, awesome. If you cannot, it's
I can.
Yeah. So, and Donna says thank you very much. And Zelda says, great show, ladies. Thank you, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching today. We are so grateful to have you. We had so many new listeners today. I can't even begin to tell. I mean, I know I listed several of you earlier. We are grateful that you choose to spend your time with us. And we know it's a choice, and we will always try to provide amazing content. And if you ever have feedback about what you'd like to hear about, please let us know. So I'm just going to run a couple things, and we will be right there.